Hey guys, what is going on? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Balls Club, and today is a pretty rough market for Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. I'd like to discuss the absolutely heinous, ludicrous, absolutely amazing fall for Bitcoin today and yesterday, which was a total of 16% drop. And I want to discuss where we can see Bitcoin go from here. What is the potential cause of this fall? Are we entering into a bear capitulation market yet again, like we had in November 2018, or it is a temporary ride that we're going to see much higher prices for Bitcoin in the later part of 2019? It reminds me the same scenario that we had in mid-November 2018 when Bitcoin absolutely dropped in price. So I want to discuss with you what's going on, guys. We see a massive drop in Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the different coins. Bitcoin is dropped by 6% in the last 24-hour change. Ethereum 7.43%, Bitcoin Cash 9%, Litecoin 7.3%. I mean, there is definitely some blood in the market, and you always want to remember that when there is blood in the streets, when the prices are going down in a big way, it can be a very, very big opportunity to make life-changing gains and actually acquire the assets or to trade with life-changing trading opportunities. Okay, so always keep in mind to that the markets, and that's why we love the crypto markets when they go and fall like this. We also love when they go and rise, and like we've seen in 40% in 1 day period of time. So what we are seeing right now is definitely a bearish pressure and a bearish scenario where Bitcoin on the weekly chart on RSI has fallen to about 40, which is not good. It's not been in this since March 2019, right? Right at this point in time, where we just started to rise this year for Bitcoin. So we're seeing some heavy pressure and sell-off over the last 4 weeks. You can see 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth week. This is on the weekly chart, and looking at the bigger picture, as we are broke down all the supports, all of the different Fibonacci retracement, all of the different things that the RSI pressure, we broke through all of it, and we had a pretty heinous move down. We can potentially move into the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement, which is right about somewhere at this area, 5,500, 5,200. Now, not necessarily that we'll go there, but it is a looming possibility as we are seeing in the market right now. Looking at the daily charts, right? We are way on an oversold territory for the daily in about 23 right now. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we are way below 20. We're at about 13, and you can see this level on a 4-hourly chart has not seen anywhere since September 2019, where we did have eventually this rise. Okay, but looking at the bigger picture, guys, we are in a bear trend all the way since June, since we reached this point of $14,000. We've been kind of going over this triangle pattern, just like this. Yeah, it's like this. We're going like this, creating lower highs and lower highs, coming back to this all important $9,400 support for Bitcoin. Then we broke through it and came again, but still not getting past this descending trend line that we had since June this year. And now after we had this move, right, for one day when Bitcoin rose from 7,400 to about 10,500, the 40% move, we have this falling wedge, and it looks like a bullish pattern over here that we were holding on to. And then bam, we broke to the downside, and then yet again, and then yet again, going to as low as $6,785 for one Bitcoin. I didn't think we were going to see this again this year, but we are. And it reminds me of the last year when exactly the same thing happened on a more macro level, where actually we reached the top here at the $19,000. We created a series of lower highs and lower highs and lower highs until eventually we broke down in a massive, big way, nasty way, dropping 50% in this bear market right here. Then we started climbing again, creating the same type of pattern as we are seeing here. And then we are breaking again, and it's again November. What an irony. Okay, so I expect in the short term some kind of a bounce from this drop, maybe yet again to the 7,400 or $500 level, and then maybe we can drop further. Everybody is talking about this Bitcoin mining capitulation. Now, what does it mean, this Bitcoin mining capitulation? Well, essentially, what it means is there is an indicator that shows the hash rate, okay, and it's called right here the hash ribbons, okay, and this indicator is actually showing the hash rate for the miners. And when it is red, and we have this cross right now that is started to get red, we have seen in the past a high correlation. When this turns red, the prices go down. You know, we've seen it happen here, right before it happened, it turned red right here on the 9th and 10th of November. And then bam, we had a massive drop of 30%. Okay, and we are seeing it yet again right now, this start of the red, which I don't like, which means that if it's going to anywhere repeat the past and we drop, you know, for yet another like 30%, we are going to be somewhere around $5,200, $5,500. Okay, and you know, obviously it's not the end for Bitcoin. For if we are going to fall that far, we are going to start the climb yet again. I don't think we'll necessarily have to go there, but what it means is miners are selling their Bitcoin, paying their bills, you know, and it's not again as profitable. They're shutting off machines. It's not as profitable for them to mine Bitcoin at those type of prices. Okay, that's all that it means. Okay. Now, on the positive side, we have BAC that is launching Singapore-listed Bitcoin future contracts on December 9th, okay, which is backed by physically delivered Bitcoin future contracts, which creates demand for Bitcoin. We have also a new fund that has set up with 100 million euros right now and up to 300 million euros that is actually set to help the European nations to not get lagged behind United States and China on the blockchain development. Okay, so that's positive. And you know, what might cause today's drop is this news that actually China vows to dispose of local exchanges. So, you know, suppressing the local exchanges, and you know, once they discovered, as they say, once they discover the local exchanges that trade for Bitcoin in China, it will be disposed of immediately and it will be prevented from happening early. That created wave shocks among the crypto industry, and some fear. China controls a lot of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining power. Actually, I'm surprised about that, because recently they stated that China is pro developing the blockchain industry, but apparently they are not so pro having local exchanges trading on Bitcoin. They want to have their own digital currency, and they want to have their own Chinese digital currency. Yeah, it is absolutely heinous market right now. If you have been holding here in USDT, you've been gaining a lot of Bitcoin. That actually what I was doing for the most part. When you have this selling pressure, you want to hold USDT, because here, when you rebuy back the Bitcoin, then you have much more Bitcoin. And overall, in a downward markets, you want to hold USDT, because you can win and you cannot lose whatever the USD value that you have. Okay, so it's not a bad idea to hold in USDT. So that's what I want to share with you today. The markets is unpredictable. Hold on tight. The blood in the streets, but we're going to get over it. Everything is going to be fine, and the opportunity in this market is amazing. Okay, so just another day in crypto, recorded in history, and remember that we are still not approach the halving yet, and we had something similar happen actually in 2016, when we had a massive drop of about 30% in 2016, and then a couple months of consolidation, when we have a blast into the next 2 years of a bull market. Okay, so that might happen again this time, I believe, and we'll have to watch from here what will develop. Okay, so I'll see you guys soon.